Okay, so we're going to run through a quick tutorial of how to navigate within your Marion virtual course. Some pretty important things to note is that when you first log into the course, you are going to land here. This is your home page. If you ever need to return to this page, you click this little house button. You'll see where it says home. It's important to note this navigation bar right up here in this black area just above the Marion Virtual School logo and the orange banner, and you're going to spend most of your time up here. So this little book, that's going to be where you find your lessons. We're going to come back to this in just a moment. This inbox is where you will go to find your list of assignments and assessments, and also where you will go to submit work to your teacher. Again, this is the home screen. Whenever you push this, it's going to return you to this welcome page. This is a main menu, so if you click on that, it will drop down and offer you some other choices. We will come back to this as well. And this little envelope here is your email. It's going to be important for you to note the red box with the number of messages and make sure that you're checking your email every day. Anytime you have a notification that there's an email waiting, make sure you go in and read that. And then this is a drop down of your courses and all of the courses that you can navigate from from course to course is right here in this drop down. All right, so let's take a look under this lessons area. When you click on that little book, what's going to happen is it's going to bring you into the course where you can see the full list of lessons broken into segments. So this is going to be important for you to take a look at everything that's here. We're just going to click into Unit 1 so that I can show you an example of what you might do once you are within your course. All right, so the courses are set up very similarly. What you have here will be the main screen. Most courses will have an introduction on that very first page of the very first lesson. That's going to tell you what the objectives are and perhaps give you some insight into what the lesson or the module is going to be about. You will see that there is a drop down, or it says 1 of 5. This will alert you to how many pages or slides are within each lesson. This one happens to have 5. Then you have some navigation arrows and a home button here that will take you back to the course home. Left and right arrows will navigate you either forward by choosing the right arrow or backward by choosing the left arrow, page by page through the lesson. So what I want to do is just walk you through some important things to note. Every lesson will start with lesson objectives. It is important for you to read those lesson objectives. Make sure you familiarize yourself with what the lesson is going to be about. It's a nice little preview. I would also recommend that you try turning those into questions, and at the end of the lesson, if you can answer that question, then you know that you've mastered the learning objectives for the lesson. You will primarily be using this right arrow to navigate page by page through the course, making sure to read everything on the slide. This is very important. You're not going to be able to be successful on the assessment or assignment or the quiz or exam at the end of the lesson without reading and participating in everything that's on every slide. You'll see that there's a virtual backpack noted here. Make sure that when it says virtual backpack that you read through that, because there's something that you will need to do with that throughout the lesson and again at the very end of the lesson or module in order to demonstrate your learning. So make sure you note that. Sometimes it's going to be a vocabulary activity, sometimes it's going to be an assignment or a worksheet that you'll have to download, a chart, a graphic organizer, something like that that you will need to fill in as you go. So make sure you're checking for those. So as you navigate and continue to move forward in the course, you will see that there are several items and pages and things that you'll need to make sure that you're looking at. Really important to notice is the last screen or last slide, last page of every lesson. It's going to be labeled with your assessment instructions, and it's going to give you a numbered list of items that you will need to make sure that you have completed. This is going to be what you will ultimately turn in to your teacher to submit for grading in order to complete this lesson and get the assignment or assessment turned in. So you'll see that for this assignment, for this lesson, the assignment is 01.00. In order to submit that assignment, what you are going to do is navigate up to the main menu area, click on the inbox labeled Assessments, and what you will see is a list of all of your assessments and assignments. We call this your workload. So you'll see that 1.00A unit preview quiz is here and 1.00B pretest. So these are going to be items of interest as I have completed the initial lesson. I will need to come in here and complete the quiz and the pretest as well. You will see that there are other types of assignments in here. You'll see exams. Generally, those are going to be multiple choice or short response or extended response quizzes and tests. And then you're going to see something labeled an assignment. In the event that something is labeled an assignment, that is actually going to look a little bit different. So I want to take you to 1.06 and I want to show you what that looks like. So we're going to go back up to lessons. I'm going to go into Unit 1. And I'm going to navigate down to 1.06, which was the assignment that we were just looking at. Again, you'll see here that there are lesson objectives. It says identify theme, understand metaphor. I should probably turn those into questions so that by the time I get to the end of the lesson, I can answer those questions to make sure that I have mastered the objectives of the lesson. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the last slide because I want to show you these assessment instructions. In this particular course, you will see that there are some things that are underlined. Those are going to be clickable, and so if you click on those, it's going to open a document. In this case, what you're going to be submitting is a completed as I read graphic organizer. So this is pretty important. So we're going to click on that, and you'll see that it generates a computerized version of this worksheet. But what's super important and I want for you to notice is that there's a save button at the very bottom. If you click save, it's going to automatically download this chart as a Word document. I can open that and then I can type directly into this. And so then I would be able to save that and submit that as my assignment. Okay, so we're going to close this. So once this is done, and we're just going to pretend for 1 second that it's completed and that we're almost ready to turn it in. Okay, so I've listed out my 5 questions, I have answered them, I've given text evidence, I have saved it as something that I will remember easily when it comes time to turn that in. So in this instance, this is for English 1, so I might save it as ENG1_106, and that's going to alert me to the fact that this is English 1 assignment 1.06. It might also be beneficial to set up an English 1 folder on your computer or a course title folder and have all of your assignments saved within that course folder that is specific to that course, because sometimes numbers are the same and occasionally you will accidentally turn in a social studies or a science assignment or something like that rather than for English or for whatever course you're working within. Before I leave this page, though, I want to bring your attention to a couple of other very important things. What you will see here is that there are rubrics for this assignment. So you've got the graphic organizer rubric. This is going to be what I will use to grade your assignments, and you should do a self-check prior to turning in your work to make sure that you have everything covered. Okay, so what we will do is we will go up to the assessment inbox again. Go to 106A, theme notes, that's what we were just looking at. And you'll see it's going to bring you to a page that looks a little bit like this. You will need to download that worksheet using that save button, make sure that you are utilizing the worksheet that's provided within the course, and then saving and uploading it here. So what I want for you to notice is the file upload area. What you can do is add files, okay, and it's going to open your files on your computer, okay, and so you would then navigate to the appropriate file, click open. It's now in this upload box. You would click submit for grading, which changes this blue button to submit for grading, and then click that, and that is how it comes to me to be graded. All right, a couple of other things to note. I'm actually going to take us back out to this home screen. I want to show you just a couple of things out here. There's good DBA information on your home screen. There's information on collaboration. There's information on pacing. Also good information on how to contact your teacher, and also links like to your teacher's calendar or appointment generator for DBAs and other types of phone calls. And there will be a link to your teacher's classroom for Blackboard Collaborate to participate in collaborative lessons or online DBAs should your teacher be hosting those. But I want to take you back up to this main menu now, and I want to show you that you can actually find lessons, you can find assessments right here on this as well. But a couple of other very important things to notice are your gradebook. That, if you click that, will take you to your gradebook so that you can see all of your scores. You can also read the feedback from your teacher on individual assignments, and discussion groups. So this is going to be important as well to participate in collaboration assignments that are posted to the discussion group. I think that that's all that I want to go over with you for right now. If you have any questions or need any support in finding lessons or submitting work, please make sure you reach out to your teacher for help.